What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome on back to Dragon Age Inquisition. As always, if you're new here or haven't yet, please do subscribe, leave a like and a comment, and if you want to catch up on the rest of the Let's Play so far, go ahead and check the description below. I got the whole series down there in a playlist in order for you guys. So we are going to try to wrap up the Storm Coast this episode. We got like 3 memories of the Grey left to do, I think. And then we can try to do the rifts, I guess, but we do have to be careful with the dragon that flew that way, because we are not high enough level to deal with that yet. And I guess this is really our last episode to try to decide what to do with the Mages and Templars. Well, I guess when the episode goes on a little, I'll start to kind of talk about what I think about that and why I think I'm leaning, but to be totally honest, I'm still not sure. I got no idea what I would like the resolution of that situation to be. Would he be up or would he be down? Because there's a cave under us. Either way, I'll snag the serpent stone.
We should look around.
Yeah. Looks like a winner to me. These papers read. Grey Warden's Journal. Still no trace of him, though I feel the darkspawn in the ground below. Could he be lurking close to them? Perhaps preparing to die with honor? I doubt it, but it is the only lead we have so far. I confess that this seems a fool's errand at times, given how much is at stake. We saw bandits harassing the fishermen, and we intervened. The fishermen thanked us, though I fear the bandits will return again in greater numbers, and we will not always be here to help. Nevertheless, as long as we are here, the fishermen are safe. Dreams continue, as they do every night. They make it hard for us to sleep, and we must persist. Hopefully the others will have found a solution by the time we return. In the meantime, I sing the Song of Andruel to myself to clear my mind as best I can.
This belonged to the Wardens.
So they were doing the same kind of thing that Blackwall was doing. When he was helping the farmers in the hinterlands, these Grey Wardens were doing the same thing. No intention of recruiting them, just protecting them while they're here.
Good find.
We are so close to level 12. Those kind of stories, too, is what keeps the Wardens in good standing in Thedas, right? Everybody has a story of a Grey Warden rescuing them or saving them at some point. Where are we at with this? Right here? Yes, indeed. That's his papers. Well, that's part of the journal, I think. We searched the area, but found no sign. If he was here, it was some time ago. Fishermen in this area are friendly. Unlike some, they remember how the Grey Wardens fought to save Ferelden in the last blight. Though they had little, they shared some of their catch to give us a better supper than we had tasted in weeks. They even deferred to me once they saw that I commanded the other wardens. And there are few even in Ferelden who would watch an elf command men without pause. They are friendly folk. After all this land has suffered in the past years, I hope they find some peace.
The Wardens must have moved on. They're searching for someone. Have you heard of the Warden they're talking about? Can't say that I have. Whoever he is, he's drawn the Wardens away from here.
I would love to know the Warden they're talking about. I remember when I first played this game, part of me was like, please be the hero of Ferelden. Like, please tell me they put in the hero of Ferelden in this game. Spoilers, they don't, and it's not, but that would have been cool for me. I would do the same thing. Honestly, I think, and maybe this is just like rose-tinted because we played the hero of Ferelden, but I think the Wardens are heroes, and I would be as accommodating as possible to them if I were in this universe. And honestly, given everything, I would probably try to join the same as the fishermen with the net did, right? It's interesting that the Warden commander here, the elf, wouldn't allow him to be recruited, but when we get deeper in the game, you'll see why that's the case. Why I kind of like turned him down. I mean, there's the obvious things, right? The whole blight sickness, you're now a ticking time bomb, one day you're just gonna die, but that's not the reason why the Warden turned him down. Every Warden takes that risk and that debt. And I think the Grey Wardens are to be honored, valued, and respected. Because ultimately, without them, there is no world, right? That's not something like the Chantry and the Templars, where like it's a good thing, maybe depending on how you look at it, but they're not necessary. The Wardens are just necessary. With the Wardens, there is no world. We can't come in here yet, but we will come back eventually to deal with this place. There's a whole thing back here full of red lyrium and a bunch of other stuff. So we will go back to that eventually. But yeah, Grey Wardens, I think, are honestly one of my favorite fantasy factions. Not even just in Dragon Age, but just period. Grey Wardens to me are on the same level as like Spartans from Halo, Spartans from ancient Greece, I guess too, or Paladins from any kind of D&D thing. It's all the same. Something about the Grey Wardens and the oath that they take, and the way that they act, and taking that ticking time bomb check that's gonna come due eventually to try and save the world. There's something about that whole fantasy that I'm obsessed with. There's been many times where I've considered getting the Grey Warden oath tattooed on my body somewhere, to be honest with you. It's very, very, very cool to me. Very near and dear. Dragon Age Origins, I think, will always be my favorite game. And because of that, Dragon Age as a franchise will always have a place in my heart too. I always said it, Dragon Age Origins is the closest I've ever come to giving a game a 10. Because right now, no game is a 10 to me. Even Origins isn't a 10. But it's pretty fucking close. Origins, for me, it's like fractions of points, right? It's like a 9.7 or like a 9.6, something like that. The only game that came anywhere close to actually being that enjoyable and special to me was Clair Obscur Expedition 33, which I do have a Let's Play of on the channel if you want to check that out, and I might also revisit that and do another series on the max difficulty, because my blind one was just on normal, I think. I'm not sure. I don't want to say you can't play it on max difficulty the first time you play it, but I think there was something going on like that where it just started, and so I just ran with it. But I'd like to run that back, do like a max difficulty parry only run. I think something like that would be cool. But yeah, that game was also really good. That's the only time I've ever even been close to enjoying something as much as I enjoyed Origins.
Nothing to report, sir.
We gotta level up, right? Or even anything that I can... We can finally get Pincushion. Each consecutive hit with a bow attack does progressively more damage to the target. So what, every single time you hit him, it adds 5 on? Up to what, I wonder? Shrapnel from Explosive Shot fills the air and sets off deadly reactions that do more damage the more enemies are nearby. Explosive Shot now knocks back your main target several meters. I don't need the knockback. Damage bonus per target could be interesting though, and there's like a cluster. Because it doesn't affect anything for the regular, it'll still do the flat 200 weapon damage. But then we just get more of that. Do we, or do we go Pincushion? Let's go Pincushion. Let's go passive. I will upgrade Explosive Shot next time, next level. I think 12 is the level you need for your specialization in this game, but we won't get it for a while from now, so I'm trying to decide if I should save up skill points and mag dump the specialization when we do finally unlock it, or if I should just keep like steadily leveling everything up. I'm not sure what I want to do about that. We're also going to end up coming back to the Storm Coast here a bunch of times, which is why I'm not too worried about leaving the Dragoon on its way, because we could just come back. I think there's multiple quests here actually that we'll be coming back for. The Hinterlands is pretty finished. I mean, whenever we get a Philandris, we'll have to go back to the Hinterlands, but I don't think there's much that's going to take us back there now, once we progress past the point that we're at. So this one has a decent chunk of late game quests in it. Not late game, but like mid game. And up here, I think if I remember, there's a bunch of dragonlings. Yeah, correct. Which is your first source of like dragon scale. Are you gonna drop some for me so I can demonstrate? Yes, you are. Dragonling Scale and Dragonling Scales, which do Dexterity and Chance to Sunder, and we get Dragon Blood out of it too. Chance to Sunder is not fantastic for what we're going for, but it's not bad. I think we already probably have the bow that I'll be using the entire playthrough. Equipped currently, Grunsman's Bow. That's the best one, I think, for upping your crit chance. But we still need to upgrade it a ton with like higher level materials. We're definitely not done building the gear. We just have the gear that we are going to upgrade later to make it better. But we have best in slot gear. I need to upgrade my Prowler Mare too. The attachments I'll probably remake again as well, the armor slots. Because that's what's giving me a huge boost to Cunning right now. He didn't drop anything for me. Catch me. The Dragonlings here kinda teaching you some mechanics too, how there's multiple targets to it. That's how the big ones work as well. Oh my. Yeah, that's a very high critical. Well, we're definitely going to have plenty of dragon scales to craft with if we decide to do that at any point. We're getting like 2-3 a pop on some of these. And I just... it does. How good is your scaling ability, Inquisitor? Pretty fucking good. Alright, let's take a look at this one. This is the last one, and then we'll have access to the cave, so... oh boy. It's one of those ones. There we go. That one got a little tricky on some of those. Caves all the way over there. But before we do that, we got a rift down here and some little hut up there, I guess. The rift should be a little spicy. Kind of deep into the Storm Coast edges at this point. I'm really happy there's no friendly fire on them. Yeah, I knew with that Astrarium right there, we just had to get the middle solved, because the outsides were simple. It was the middle that was the tricky part of that. Once we got that figured out, it kind of all just came together. Let's heal up. Down there that I gotta fight. Stay topped off. Black hole should do the trick for me with tanking that. Hopefully I can just invis and make it relatively simple by cheesing the disruption thing. It's the easiest way to tackle any rift. It's a great tip for anybody playing on Nightmare every day, because rifts can get a little chunky sometimes. You're way better off just being super safe with that. I guess we already had that codex, so it didn't want to give me anything to read. Probably a duplicate. I would imagine that's why that happens, where it just decides not to give you anything. Anything hidden back here. Ooh, I would have hit something back there. If I ever make a video game, just know that you gotta check like every nook and cranny, because I would have put like a tier 2 material back there on the ledge in like a little bag. To reward your curiosity. I feel like you have to in open world games, right? You gotta put random stuff here and there. To give the player something to look for. You are with me. One of you is with me. Where are the rest of my friends? Where the hell is my party? Oh. Okay, they got stuck on the ladder, I guess. At least the fast travel thing worked the other way. That would have been bad if I had just engaged without realizing they didn't follow. Okay, let's run down. I should be able to chop this up pretty quick, and then I'll go back to Haven and we'll mess with the war table.
Try to be civil.
Darling, your civility has so little to do with your faults. I wouldn't let that trouble you.
Then what am I doing wrong?
Just keep hitting things, my dear. Don't worry your little head about the rest.
Women, am I right, Blackwall? All the aggro is dropped, so now let's get cheeky. Here we go. Something showed up. Great distance to hit him with a big long shot. Deactivate my camo for the next round, and then we'll just rip it again. I want to keep my party away from the water as best I can because I feel like they're gonna be potatoes and get knocked off the edge or something. Beautiful. Went very well. Very chill riff. Curiously, didn't I get level 12? Yeah, I did. Why aren't they... Why isn't the enemy scaling to me anymore? Have it. Enemies always scale to be at least the same level as the Inquisitor. I have it turned on. It's just not working. Maybe we gotta like reload the area. It's because we leveled up in the combat zone, maybe. Yeah, it totally should have been scaling that to us. Damn, my companions still didn't get a level up. I'm not sure how I ended up so far ahead of my companions, level-wise. Not sure how that ended up happening. I'm gonna jump down that some spindleweed. Is there any hidden goodies this way? As I see like a little pier thing going on. Golden ring. Challenge, you ruddy bastard. You'd be laying at the bottom of the ocean if it weren't for me. That marlin would have spiked and dropped you. I saved your life, and this is how you repay me. That catch was ours. We both worked for it. You're not getting away with it. I'm getting the gold you owe me, even if I have to beat it out of you, just so you don't run off like the little shit I know you are. I did your sister. That's right. Oh. So if you've got the stones, meet me by the old camp. We'll settle this. Terrence, I fucked your sister is crazy. That's crazy work. And I wonder which corpse of that is. Is that Terrence or the other guy? Is the corpse the dude whose sister got banged, or... I feel like there's important information, right? We're in the zone of it, but it's not as simple. There's no way it's going to be as simple as just waltzing on up to where the waypoint was, because it gave us a big circle to look in. Yeah, I thought not. Oh, it actually might just be as simple as that. Yeah, it's right here. Do not mind me. I will gladly accept easy. Now the scaling's working. It's level 12. Find our way around in this dark shithole. Got giant spiders on my loot that I earned. I did have somebody comment recently on one of my videos asking me if I was using any mods on this playthrough. So I guess just to clarify, I'm not using mods. No mods this playthrough. Just vanilla with the expansion that gives you trials and stuff. That came with the Trespasser DLC, or the trials and second perks in the skill trees. That's from the Trespasser expansion. That's what all that stuff is. It's not mods. Just in case anybody's curious, and that comes up again in the future. I did use mods for my Dragon Age Origins playthrough, but I don't know how this game is to mod. I felt like it might be kind of annoying to mod given the engine that it's built with, so modding Frostbite just sounded like a bad idea to me. We have a Prismatic Great Axe, which is 200 DPS. We'll probably give this to Iron Bull, and then a Bane of Red Crossing, which I'll probably give it to Sarah, right? Or I could sell it and make some of my, recoup some of my losses from recoup some of my losses from crafting, because I did spend quite a lot of gold on crafting. That's why we only have 7,000 right now. Before I crafted, we were pushing 12,000, but I spent so much money on getting the crafting materials and the hides from the Black Emporium. Like, I found the bear hide, but then we needed quillback leather, which we can't even go to a zone yet that gives you quillback leather. I ended up just bombing it out in the Black Emporium, but it cost thousands and thousands of gold for that, so I do gotta recoup some losses. Might just sell the stuff. But I think we're all done with the Storm Coast for now, right? We got all the camps, we did all the rifts. We didn't do the Oculariums, but we're skipping those, at least for now. There's like 4 of them in this place. That's why I'm skipping those. There's so many of them, it becomes such a chore to bang them all out. Right. You can actually look, right? Primeval. Landmarks, Letter from a Lover, and Seen Red. Didn't follow. Okay, so one quest there, a couple in the hinterlands, and then we're done with follow. So I did promise that at some point this episode we would talk about where I'm sitting at with the mages, so if I was completely isolated in this game and I had no prior knowledge of other games, then the decision for me would actually be really easy, because I like Alistair. I like the Grey Wardens, and Fiona is Alistair's mother. Ergo, she just wins, right? She wins the debate. If I cut that part out of me, because it's kind of cheeky, it gets a little more complicated to make a decision. The Templars are obviously my preferred faction between the Templars and the Mages. That being said, I really despise Tevinter, the Blood Mage slaving shithole that place is. So, if I side with the Templars here, then I'm basically giving Tevinter free reign in Redcliffe and that part of Ferelden, and I'm giving them a foothold they can come back and exploit later. And I'm also giving them a bunch of Ferelden slaves, which on principle, I'm a free marcher, right? But still, as somebody from this side of Thedas, I don't think I would accept the Tevinter presence on Ferelden soil, especially not in a place like Redcliffe, right? And who knows what they could do. They're doing like time dilation magic, and they came specifically for us, which makes me believe that maybe they have some kind of information or were involved at the conclave, right? They are mages, it wouldn't be above them to do something like that. And so I think what I would do here, all things considered, taking out exterior motivations and lore, is I think I would go save the mages, but not for the sake of the mages, it's for the sake of everything else, right? Because of course they had to be stupid enough to sign themselves into slavery with Tevinter. So now I'm in a situation where I either side with them, or Tevinter gets to do what they want and have their way with Ferelden people. And I'm sure they'll take slaves too from the villagers, right? It's not like they're just gonna be like, oh, well, I got mine and I'll just leave now quietly. That's never how that works. So for the sake of spy on the Tevinter Imperium, I will probably end up siding with the mages here. I think that's where I'm leaving. Just because I wouldn't want Tevinter to have a foothold. Now, lore included, Grand Enchanter Fiona is a retired Grey Warden. and she is also the mother of Alistair, the current king of Ferelden. And so letting her be sucked into whatever that is, and God knows what kind of plan they have for her, I'm not going to allow that to happen for that reason. But outside of all my exterior knowledge of the franchise, I think I would still make this choice, just given the state of the world here. I don't think there's any situation where I would like Tevinter on my doorstep doing that kind of thing. And if anybody is going to get me to be making decisions out of spite, it is most certainly Tevinter. So that's probably where I'm going to fall on that next episode, is we'll probably go to the mages. I guess technically I got like one more day to think about it, because I'm going to record again tomorrow, so I'm going to sleep on it one more time, but that is where I'm headed in my mind about all that.
Make a watch over you.
Should probably talk to Blackwall while we pass them. Since we just got so much approval with him, he might have new dialogue.
Fire. I will take these injury reports to
If we have any research.
Tell Segret I've received permission to
Frost drags.
fire and go towards light.
Let's take a look at how our War Council stuff went. We got an Inquisition book. I was working on forces now, I think, right? We don't want the schematics, nothing matters about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 perks in here already. Second tier focus. Focus sounds like a really good idea right now. Yeah, let's get the focus up. We're not even capable of using focus yet, and I have it leveled up. And then I think we get this next time we get a ability, the Master Focus. And then beyond that, I think the only other thing I would want out of all of this, True Grit would be nice, but I definitely want the XP for killing foes, because that'll just we'll get our level up faster, right? Faster is faster. 5% is not world altering, but it's still good. Coin, we don't need to read or catch up on any of that stuff. Commander Cullen, it would be an honor to serve the Inquisition and prove the mettle of the Orlesian Chevaliers by doing the Maker's work. I accept your generous offer wholeheartedly and will arrive in good time with those men loyal to me. It will be my privilege to order the Inquisition's troops into holy battle against those who would threaten the order of the Empire. In the Maker's grace, Lord Jean Gaspard of Leeds. So we got the brother that was a renowned general to sign up to the Inquisition with this one, because we want the sister. We want Carolina to be the leader here, because she's resilient enough to be useful, but she's not too ambitious to not be played. With Jean Gaspard removed from play, Carolina or Manette will almost certainly be the next Duchess of Leeds. As the struggle intensifies, Carolina has sent agents to cause a scandal, judging that Monette does not have the skill to avoid such snares. Monette has relied upon Mother Renette, her mentor in the Chantry, for advice upon how to strengthen her claim to the duchy, and the revered mother, in an attempt to protect Monette, has sent mercenaries to threaten Carolina's life. Carolina has overplayed her hand by giving her agents so much information, and turn that on her and leave her reputation in tatters. Our troops can easily stop the mercenaries, and Carolina's plan should put her into position to be the next Duchess. Carolina is the one that we want, right? She'll be good for us. We got her brother out of play. Monette is like the soft... She's already being manipulated, right? If she got the duchy now, all of a sudden she owes so many favors to this chick, the mother. So we're gonna send our Inquisition troops to stop the mercenaries. We'll stop that from going down so we can have who we want. Already deciding leaders of countries. The Inquisition has come a long way indeed. Improved stability. The Inquisitor's efforts to close the Fade Rifts has increased stability in various regions across Thedas. However, demons sometimes remain, having wandered from the side of the original rift. The Inquisition has received numerous requests for aid in dealing with this problem. Local nobility should take an interest in securing their lands. We can appeal to them for assistance. Our soldiers can do sweeps of areas formerly containing Fade Rifts and eliminate any demons. I think what I'm going to do with that one, actually, is I'm going to pause on that one, and we'll send Cullen next time we play. We'll send Cullen to that. Because I don't want my troops leaving it to local nobility to do their thing, right? If we're here to prove to everybody that we're gonna restore order and bring balance to the force and all that stuff, then we gotta be the ones that do it. We can't just lean on people and respond to their requests for aid with do-it-yourself. And if anything, if we clean it for them, it's better for them to think that they need us to close the rifts than it is for them to realize they can handle with some of the consequences themselves, right? We're on rocky ground as an Inquisition, so the more people that think that they need us, even if it's not entirely true, then the better it is for the organization. Which I understand is a little manipulative, but it's gotta be done right. If we have a rogue Templar order and the Chantry march on Haven, the Inquisition's not gonna be able to do much. Okay, he doesn't have anything for us.
Perhaps in a bit.
Well, that being the case then, I think that's where I'm going to wrap this one on up. So, thank you for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment on your way out, and I will see you soon with more Dragon Age Inquisition. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.